Yo, yo, this is your boy Waldo, and you are now rocking with Splash Mag. You did.
I don't smile a lot, cause ain't nothing pretty. I got a purple heart for hoes and I ain't never left my city. I don't smile a lot, cause ain't nothing pretty. I got a purple heart for hoes and I ain't never left my city. Hoes be like, really? You so sensitive, well you heard a nigga made it, so you try and get busy. Hoes be like, really? You so sensitive, well you heard a nigga made it. Maybe.
So Waldo, first of all, welcome to Berlin. We're really excited to have you here. I hope you enjoyed the show.
I did. What's up, Berlin? Thank you for having me.
So because I know like you're basically like still sort of an underdog, could you maybe like just give a quick introduction for people that are not that familiar with like your music, you as an artist, and like the whole scene and movement behind you guys?
Yeah, most definitely. Well, like I said, my name is Waldo. Am I supposed to look into the camera?
Whatever.
Oh yeah. My name is Waldo. General of the AGO Music Group. Coming from Grand Rapids, Michigan, United States of America. You might have checked a few of my tracks out. I make music with Sango Beats. And like I said, the AGO Collective, like my brother the 7th, we just rocked the show here. And you saying a little bit like about us being the underdogs. We still got like a lot to prove, but we're up for the challenge, man. Definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. The other thing is like we just briefly talked about this before the interview. How did coming from a small city influence your style? Like you just mentioned that it basically forces you to be more open-minded. Could you like tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, definitely coming from a small city, you have to have imagination. And like you said, we talked a little bit about that just a second ago, but you have to have an imagination, because if you don't, it's a dead end road, you know. It's not a lot of opportunity, so you have to create that opportunity. But it definitely creates a hunger, because we want to create our own culture, you know, start our own wave. And like I said, coming from Michigan, we usually get outshined by Detroit, in the Midwest in general, just Chicago and different places like that. So we definitely want to make our mark.
Yeah. And the other thing is like, because what is so impressive, the reason why I ask is because we have you and we have Sango, and then obviously we have like your whole team coming from Grand Rapids, and Sango's like really talented, and you're also like really outstandingly talented. So how did you guys meet? Like, did you like start rapping and he started doing beats, or did you like grow together?
It's a funny situation. Me and Sango, we've been knowing each other since we were in 8th grade. So we just grew up neighborhood friends. And it's a funny story. I was actually freestyling one day, and I'll never forget it. He just tapped me after I freestyled. He was like, "Yo, I make beats," and we're small kids, like, you know what I'm saying. I was like, "No way!" So he invited me over to his house, man, and the rest is history. We've been rocking ever since. It's been my best friend.
Crazy, yeah. You can definitely tell that there's like a connection behind the music between you guys. And the other thing is, Goldlink was scheduled to play here. And then there's like this strong movement behind it. Like we talked about Selection, Sango's part of Selection, and I was wondering like how's the connection between you, like besides Sango, to like teams like Selection?
Oh, the connection is great. Selection is my second family. That's how I look at them. You know, they supported us from Jump Street. They brought me in with open arms. You know, they didn't know who I was. I didn't have a huge following. They just took Sango's word and was like, "Oh yeah." So definitely fucking with Selection. Sorry, I wouldn't know if I was supposed to cuss or not, but yeah. But yeah, definitely it's a strong relationship between me and Selection. I'm working with the different producers like Lakim, Esther, Mr. Carmack, Jay Lewis. The list is long as hell, but yeah, definitely Selection, AGO.
It's nice. And the other thing is, you just mentioned it. Is this like the first time for you being in Europe, or have you been here before? And if so, like, how is it? Like, must be mind blowing, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's definitely mind blowing. This is actually my second time coming to Europe. I actually came out here the first time with K Tronada, Stu and Sango for their tour, which was amazing. Those guys are awesome. Yeah, but Europe, it's lots of love. I love coming over here. They actually support us more over here than back home, which is surprising. But not sneak dissing home, just saying, you know, Europe definitely shows a lot of love, and we love them back.
Okay, and about your last project, like Inside Outside, could you just give us like a little bit info about the title and everything? because I was listening to it and I was trying to figure out like what exactly inside outside meant, but to be honest, like I didn't really like get it to a full extent, I think. So I'm like really excited to hear from you directly.
Oh yeah, inside outside. That's just the tape was built off reflection, just looking back on my life and just putting the different pieces together so people can really understand my background and where I'm coming from, as a person. I have a few tracks on there where I get personal. I talk about my past relationships and friendships and just showing how far we've grown since then. So that's what inside outside was. It was an inside look for the outsiders, if you kind of get what I'm saying. But yeah, definitely that's where the idea was inspired with the name and everything like that.
Shit, can't make no promise. At least I won't, cause I'm honest. I love the critics in the comments, they don't know nothing about us. As I roll this chronic, smoke, then forget about them. No, you can't forget about us, cause we the motherfucking niggas. I'm better off not fucking with you. Yeah, they heard the nigga made in my head. It's like you gotta be fucking kidding. But what you wanted there, right? No return to the Titans. What's a curve to a license? I'm on the verge of she a Pisces. Yeah, she don't have no time to waste.
Yeah, and speaking about ideas and names, there's like one thing I have to ask you, and that is like the video for Pray For Me. Like in the beginning, there's like samples from German TV shows. And I was like, so are they trying like to sneak in like some subliminal message, or is it just a coincidence?
Oh man, that's Sango. That's all I can say. Sango is a beast. He digs deep in the crates when it comes to sampling. He doesn't want to go the cliche route, so he definitely does his research and goes into it. As far as that goes, was it the big?
Yeah, vocal samples in the video, like at the beginning of the video.
Oh man, oh well, shout out to Curioscope. That was just one of my homies, Logan. He just used that, I guess, when he was making the video, but I wasn't sure what that was. You just told me something about myself I didn't know, so yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, I was like, I watched it and I was like, I kept like playing it again and again and again, trying to figure out what it was about. But crazy, but it was pretty nice, man. That's crazy.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing I came to notice, like talking about your videos, you're like really into streetwear, I guess, because like there's this shot of you like trying on a BBC jacket and everything, and like how's that? Like, we also talked about this before the interview. Do you think like there's like a lifestyle with that new wave of music, or is it just like you feeling the clothing besides music, or do you think it goes together?
Well, when it comes to fashion, hip hop is fashion. It's the whole lifestyle. Everything is under one big category called hip hop. And back home we have a sneaker boutique called All City Kicks, and they pretty much sponsor us and give us whatever we need. So and I'm into those different things. Like you said, with hip hop, the culture, man. Like Pharrell with the BBC. I'm a Pharrell fan, so I'm definitely gonna represent. 10 Deep shows us a lot of loves and send us clothes, and it's just a couple different things like that. Excuse me, but yeah, definitely streetwear is where it's at.
Nice. And I mean, it's kind of like the same for streetwear and music, that nowadays it's so much easier to get access to information and everything. So do you think like Waldo as an artist would have existed like this, like with the same sound, like before the internet?
I do. Honestly, I do, because the sound that I create comes from my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's the feelings and it's the things that I experience that create that. But the internet definitely plays a major part in it, because the music spreads a lot faster and people can relate more. You know what I mean? Where back in the day you would have to stumble into the offices of these labels and beg them to listen to your demo, and they might not catch all of the all of what you're trying to express. But definitely we need the internet, but I would have been on the same wave.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like that whole movement is like crazy, and it's like do you think like the general message you're trying to bring across is it more like everyday rap, like without making it sound like without playing it down, but it's like very relatable. Like you can listen to it, and I feel like people all over the world can relate to it. First of all, to the sound, and second of all, to the lyrics, and then even like the visuals. You all seem like so humble, and it's all about love.
With the music, I'm starting to find, as I start to get older and grow myself and mature, I'm starting to really understand what I was put on this earth to do. And my music is, what I want it to be is, I want it to inspire my culture and my generation, because just from outside looking in, it just looks like it's going down a darker path. So I definitely want to shed some light and show the people that there's still hope. There's still people, good people on this earth, and that's why I try my hardest to stay humble. Even though it's hard sometimes, you might rub shoulders with an asshole, but you know, it's definitely a good thing to stay humble and show love, because we love love.
That's a nice quote. That's gonna be like the headline.
Move in the room for the vultures, doing the most, got me sipping mimosas, so set your drink on the coaster, cause you're not part of the culture. ATO is the coder, you get wise, you get older, ain't got no time to come over.
One more thing that I just have to ask you, because I was talking to a friend and I showed him your music and like all this other stuff, like selection stuff, and they always ask me what kind of music is it. Like in the States, I feel like more people refer to like Taku and all of them as like electronic music, while in Germany everybody would say, nah, that's rap music. So and then there's like Goldlink that calls it like future bounce and whatever, and it's like, do you have like a name? Or
it's just the new. It's new. It's a new generation. It's something that hasn't been done before. You know, we're basically inventing the wheel, but adding our own spin on it, on things, man. So I couldn't even put it in a category. I can't say this is just hip hop, or this is trap or electronic. It's like something that's never been done before. Our generation with music is definitely looking bright.
Yeah, it's like less boundaries and more open-mindedness.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And regarding the future, like what's next? Like, what are the next steps? What are the next plans? You're obviously like on tour right now, so like, is there more dates coming like in Europe or Asia? Or?
Well, hopefully we have some more shows coming out in Europe, because I love it over here. And Asia would be awesome as well. But right now, after I just finished this tour, I have a couple shows lined up. I got one in Seattle coming up, which is back in the States. But as of right now, just focusing on my album and my crew and making sure those guys are able to put the music out, you know what I'm saying, and get the same love that I've received. But definitely we're going to be making our way back over here, because Europe, I don't know what to say, but I love it over here, man. The women are beautiful too. But yeah, thank you.
So any like inside information regarding the album that you can like tell us about by now, or do you want to like keep it on the low for now?
Well, let's just put it like this. I'm working with a lot of different producers. A lot of my projects in the past, it's been mostly just Sango, you know, but like you said, with Selection being so big and me building such good relationships with like K Tronada and Stu, you're definitely gonna hear more and different sounds from me. So yeah, definitely.
Can't wait for it, man. So one more question. Like you were part of that Splash Cypher recently. How was that? Like, how did that feel? Like, how was the vibe compared to like ciphers in the States and everything?
That cypher was amazing. I had a lot to prove, because the other artists that I was rapping with, they were cold, like, you know what I'm saying? They were sick, so I definitely had a good time doing that. It's just like the ciphers back home, you know. You don't come to Europe and think you're not gonna get the same thing, because they definitely got the same. They're on the same wave. Let's put it like that. But yeah, the cypher was amazing, and hopefully I can do another one.
Crazy, yeah. Thanks, man. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a real friend of mine.
Yeah.
I wish he was here right now so I could tell him how weak this video was.
Thank you so much, obviously, everyone at Berlin Festival, for showing Mickey love, because I love when people show me love, because I try to give my all when I'm on stage.